cocks and dicks and asses, you know, for the males, what we're messing with Ted too much. And basically, I really shouldn't be cussing on the videos, but I'm just going to tell you, you know, you mess with Ted too much, you're messing with yourselves. Because Ted, and your families. Because Ted is God. Ted is the Creator. Ted is the Lord. Ted is the King of the universe and heaven and earth. Ted is the Creator of universe and heaven and earth. Ted is the Creator of and God of heaven and earth and universe, entire universe. Therefore, you mess with Ted too much, you mess with yourselves and your families and all you ever enormously loved, even liked, possibly. Therefore, what is Ted trying to say? Well, you know, with Ted doing these videos like I'm doing, and then writing them, putting them into Flash and writing them out at middle quality, I don't need HD video. I figured this out, you know, for studio work and many different things. I don't need all this extra room on the side over here, and this kind of shrunk down. It actually works against Ted. Definitely for the studio work, I do not need, and I do not even want HD video. You know, these videos need to have the ability to be cropped. You know, you do an HD video, you need to have the ability then to crop the video when you're processing it and do a crop on it like you can photos. You really need to be able to crop it for any size. That's a great idea, Ted. That's an outstanding idea. You need to be able to crop videos for any size, and all HD televisions and HD, all things that show HD should be able to handle this. You know, any size crop of a video. And this is actually in all, you know, video players and stuff on computers, where everything really is moving to computers, and everything, even televisions, will have an operating system in it and be on the internet and be a computer. In future, this is where this is headed. I'm trying to tell you. Ted can take all his videos and put them to MP4. Ted can take all his videos and then from MP4 put them into Flash and other things. Therefore, Ted can do this, and others can do this. Others, you can do this too, and you can do this. And Ted's arguing with Angels about what was put in the public domain versus what was put in a public domain license versus what was put in open content license, and what's now in Ted's closed content. And Ted actually reviewed some of his digital data disk and started looking at the what he put on there with the legal, and they're totally in the public domain. I mean, they are like stuck, and Ted agrees I think they're stuck in public domain. I can't take them. I can't really maneuver them. I don't think I should, and I really can't, and I really shouldn't. And therefore, what I put out in public domain is in public domain. It stays in public domain. Okay, and it's in public domain. Don't any of you mess with it. And even if you process a video from previous format to MP4 or to Flash, you don't own it. Simply because you process this to a different format, you don't own it. It's like saying I'm using a new printing press to print the same thing, therefore now I own it. Because now we have different ink, different paper, and a different printing press. You don't own it simply because you process it and put it in a different format. You don't own it. Even if you put titles on it and special effects and all that, that's like saying I print a new book and add some photographs and different titles and different text. Now I own everything. You don't own it. You don't own it. What was put in public domain stays in public domain. Forever. Until the end of time. For all eternity. Forever. Until the end of time. And then on Ted's death, there's going to be legal in the current closed content license that tells you what happens to all this information, where it is, who owns this, and just thinking it'll probably be his children. The first in the order is going to have to be his children. Will have to be Christine and Katie, first in the order. Ted's going to give anything to anybody. First in the order is going to be in order Christine and Katie, even now. So Christine and Katie will get everything Ted has and Ted's closed content license and closed software license first. Christine and Katie. This is what Ted's telling you. Christine first, then Katie. This is the order. Christine is firstborn of Ted's, even though she's a female, and then Katie. And I didn't have any, from Rosie at least, any males. And any that claim to be Ted's, they're going to have to be genetically tested and proven they're Ted's. Okay, because there may be some that say that they're Ted's. They're going to have to be genetically tested and proven enough they're Ted's. They're from Ted's line, even if it's later, grandchildren, great grandchildren later on down the line. It's going to have to be proven they're from Ted's line. Okay, line L-I-N-E. Okay, not the line. I am the line of Judah. I'm also the eagle, representing the United States many places on earth. The eagle in a good representation, not an evil hawk or an evil bird representation. I am the eagle in a good breakthrough representation. I am the lion in a good breakthrough representation. We're not only into good or doing good versus evil, Ted is now doing good enough to break through what includes, great, good, great, outstanding, stellar, brilliant, breakthrough, things like this. There's a range. And then to the counter of that, to the left of Ted is a degree. To the right of Ted is a range. And maybe here I need HD video when I'm doing this. That's about the only time I need the width of HD video. But I can do this right here. There's a range. Here's a degree. I don't need HD video. I don't need all of this on the side over here. With studio work, currently with only Ted doing studio work, I need to crop these videos, so I'm doing this in a format or a resolution what is not HD, and it's plenty of video. It's plenty of resolution. It's plenty of crop here or frame. The frame here is about right. I don't need HD framing. I need this framing. This frame or this crop is correct for Ted Doon Studio. Therefore, all videos really need to have the ability to be cropped. Like photos can be cropped at with any form factor. Then any crop, they should be able to be cropped to any form factor, and all things should be able to play them. We shouldn't be stuck with HD video and that's all you get in the future. That's ridiculous. I don't need all of this width with HD video. I need this form factor. I need this crop. All videos should have the ability to be cropped and then to be played at any form factor, any crop, like you can with photos. You can look at photos at any crop, any form factor, and you can do many things to photos. Why can't we do many things to videos like you can with photos? We need the capability to do many things with videos like you can with photos, including cropping them and resizing them. And all of this, you need to be able to resize them too. If you have them at a specific size, you need to be able to resize them, and then then write out the file at a resize or at a crop or different things. We need sophisticated tools to do this, and then sophisticated enough players and televisions and computers and things on computers to do this. people just don't seem to really get it what you need. Even at YouTube, they don't get it what you really need, or what you need it for videos. And Ted could definitely compete with YouTube, and I would do things like this. I would do software like this, and I'm giving him the idea right now. You know, thanks YouTube, I appreciate what you did for me before Google acquired you. And then I started feeling like I was getting jerked additional. I was at least told out spiritually I was getting jerked additional from some people at Google. And then you canceled a video of mine. You canceled a video of mine that was part of this, where I was going after somebody undercover messing with Ted too much. Then you canceled my video. And that's a big reason too, if you want to understand motives, why I canceled. And I told you I appreciated. Some of it was a bit sarcastic. It was like, thanks, I really appreciated it. First it was, thanks, I really appreciate it. Then it kind of got to, thanks, I really appreciate it. And then kind of at the end, it was, when you canceled that video, it was, thanks, I really appreciate it. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you tone in the thanks, I really appreciated it, at different times. At different times it was, my tone was changing on how much I appreciate it to opposite of appreciation. Okay? So, you know, basically don't read it at total face value, or, you know, total written value, because you don't get tone, you don't get looks and eyes, you don't get you know, a feeling that this may be sarcastic, or, you know, it may be opposite really of what Ted was writing. It was kind of a sarcastic thing, or Ted was trying to be diplomatic, but he, you know, went to his face to face, you would realize, if you're talking to Ted, I think he definitely is not too happy. He's going to say thanks, he appreciated it, and he appreciates it. Yet he's not too happy with our service, and he's not too happy with our legal and terms of service, and he's not too happy with now Google acquired us, and he's not too happy with Google because he definitely was investigating all major search engines regularly with different searches on what they were doing to Ted, doing for Ted to against Ted, and Ted detected for to against, or against to for with too many, including Google did too much against Ted in his opinion, and definitely what they did against Ted when he was trying to break into Linux and operating systems and software. He was not getting Linux listings, and he was not getting enough in software listings. He was getting messed with too much with Quest systems and Quest Windows and Quest Motif and Quest object views and other things. Therefore he did observe what these search engines, major search engines, did to him when he was even trying to break into operating systems and software, and then computers, and actually break into computers too, and other things, and technology. And he was definitely trying to really break in to some of the many things, and he was pounded, including in search engines, what Ted doesn't think is too fair. And this video is about how long Ted really wants to do it with what Ted's currently doing, and then going to about middle quality flash. Ted can do about a half-hour video now and put it on the internet, and it's about the same size what 3-minute videos were before, what Ted was doing. Okay, so technology is definitely advancing, and he can do it at middle quality, and this is about the same size and how many